My name is Jasmine, and this is my squid and crayfish comparison for our Squid Post-Lab. So first, we're going to start off with our external features. We're going to go through the questions here, ask whether squids have bilateral symmetry or radial, and we know that they have bilateral because if we use an imaginary vertical line, we can split them down the middle and both sides will be relatively identical. And we also know this because they show cephalization, which means that they are bilaterally symmetrical. The fins are used for slow movement and maintaining the squid's position in water, and the siphon is used for jet propulsion, more fast movement through the water. The pen is similar to our vertebrae or spinal column, backbone. It provides support for the squid, the squid's mantle, and we can see that on the back side or dorsal side of the squid. The pen is where some muscle groups are attached, which allows for the squid to move through the water. The arms of the squid move prey, and the tentacles are what's responsible for capturing the prey initially. And the function of the teeth within the suckers on the arms or tentacles is to grapple onto the prey so that it can pull it in to eat it. And then here's the picture of the labeled squid. It's kind of hard to see everything, but you can see the arms down here. This was one of the long tentacles. I think the other got cut off or ripped off. Here's the eye, the head, which really extends to where the eye is as well. Siphon was on the underside, and I didn't get a good picture of it. Here's the mantle collar and the entire mantle, as well as the fins that are kind of folded in, you can see, or just at least on the side. Now we'll move on to the internal features. We'll start with the body cavity. Our squid was a male, and we identified that by the gonad structure. That looked similar to the picture given to us within the lab. So we can see that here. If you zoom in, that's the gonad on the side here. And some similarities between the internal structures and differences were that the hearts in the heart in the squid and crayfish were in the middle of the body cavity. The reproductive organ in the squid was on the side of the main body structure, and in the crayfish, I think it's behind the heart, but the way we identify that within the squid is inside, and then the way we can see it on the crayfish is external with the swimmerets, I believe they're called. And the digestive tract of the squid is similar to that of the earthworm. They go in the same order, of course, since they both have a complete digestive system. However, in terms of the internal organs, the squid here has much more depth to the organs than the earthworm. The earthworm, everything is found on the same level, but the squid, you have to look behind things and under things, and yeah, it's just not straight down. There's some depth. The digestive system, here are all of the functions in my words here. The squid does have a complete digestive system because it has place for ingestion, digestion, absorption, and excretion. Or to put it in simple terms, it has a mouth and also an anus, so place for food to come in and place for food to come out. The mouth is where food enters the body, where ingestion takes place. The jaws break down. It's supposed to be break mechanic. The jaws of the beak break down mechanically the food into smaller pieces. The esophagus connects the mouth to the stomach and the rest of the digestive tract. The stomach is where food is broken down more, but chemically instead of mechanically. The cecum is where nutrient absorption takes place from food that was eaten. The pancreas produces enzymes used for digestion and absorption. The intestine continues to digest the food and more absorption takes place. The liver provides more digestive enzymes, a lot of digestive enzymes going on. The rectum gathers all the food that has not been able to be digested or absorbed yet and passes it to the anus. And the anus is where the undigested food is removed or excreted from the body. Both the digestive systems of squids and earthworms are complete, both having intestines, mouths, and esophaguses. The squid's digestive system is more complex, introducing structures like the pancreas, the liver, while the earthworm does not have these more complex structures. Both the squid and the crayfish have a liver, however, the crayfish has two stomachs, one for mechanical breakdown of food and the other for chemical. The squid only has one stomach rather than two, like the crayfish. And here's our labeled picture. You can see the beak. We did break it out. I don't think I had a picture of the beak actually outside of the mouth. Here's the liver, esophagus, the rectum, and we can see the little tiny hole of the anus here, right around here. Stomach, intestine, everything was kind of a little more difficult to see for us. I'm just getting the pictures, but we did the best we could. Here's the excretory system. It asked again whether our squid was female or male, and the squid was male, and as we saw earlier that we identified that by the gonad here. That's how we know it's male. The kidneys filter through the blood and get rid of nitrogenous waste ammonia. The ammonia is excreted. The reproductive identifier / organ in the squid was on the side of the main body structure, and the reproductive organ identifier for the crayfish was at the bottom and the exterior of the main body structure. However, for the crayfish, there are testes behind the heart, which is in the middle, but just the way that we identified whether it was male or female with those organ structures was a little different here. But both the male crayfish and male squid secrete sperm to fertilize eggs. The reproductive structures in a worm are much, much smaller. However, in a male, they can be identified on the same left side as the squid. The squid has a closed circulatory system as the blood flows through closed vessels and not open ones, leading to mixed blood with other bodily fluids within the body cavity. And then here is this with the kidney labeled on here. And here's the pathway of blood in a squid. So we go from the brachial hearts here to the gills, which oxygenate the blood. This goes to the body capillaries on both sides, then back through veins to the systemic heart here. And I forgot to say that from the gills here, these are carried in arteries to the body capillaries, then through the veins to the systemic heart, and then the cycle starts over again. And the systemic heart pumps the blood, the deoxygenated blood, to the brachial hearts to get reoxygenated. And then this just happens over and over and over again. So, fertilization occurs in water outside of the female squid's body. This is similar to most other aquatic animals, as for most of them, fertilization also occurs in the water and not in the female's body. Squid mates are selected by males mimicking females, as well as courting them, even fighting amongst other male squids happens too. And then also males even transfer their sperm to females, and the females store it to use it later to fertilize their eggs. And that's everything for that. Thank you.